we have any joiners, I'll just let them jump in. So yeah, light set of weights, one heavy weight if you have it. If you don't, totally fine. Here's the playlist. If anyone does want to follow along, I'll start it here in a sec. Otherwise, your own music, no music at all, totally great. I'm going to start this one here in 3, 2, 1. I'll turn it down so you hopefully can't hear it too much. And we are going to get started in a quick extended child's pose. So bring your knees nice and wide. Walk your hands forward. Rest your forehead down. Right away, take a really big inhale, fill up through your nose. And a really deep exhale, send it out. Another one like that, big inhale, fill up. And a big exhale, release. So I'm going to cue a lot of breathing throughout these quick 45 minutes. Always come back to these big inhales, big exhales when you need. And barre is kind of tricky like that. Pushing through those little movements is sometimes the most challenging part of class. So before giving up, come back to this breathing technique and push through. And take one more big inhale, fill up. And big exhale, send it out. Good. Next inhale, we'll shift up to a tabletop position. And hips are over your knees. Shoulders are over your wrists. Right away, we're going to take another quick child's pose. So walk your hands out to the right. Send your hips down and back to the left. Give yourself a nice side body stretch. Inhale, walk it up through center, switch sides. Inhale, bring it up, find neutral tabletop. We'll flow through some cat and cow. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Stretch through your core. Exhale, cat, curl your spine up. Feel a big stretch through your shoulder blades. Inhale, cow, drop your belly. Exhale, cat. Inhale, bring it back to neutral tabletop. We'll find downward facing dog. So curl your toes under, send your hips high. Pedal out your feet a little bit. And we'll stretch out our legs a little bit before we get going. So on an inhale, send your right leg high, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, step it all the way through, low lunge. Right away, you're finding crescent moon, drop your back knee. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Maybe find a little back bend. And exhale, half splits. Bring your foot and send your hips back. Stretch up your calf, up your hamstring. Right on an inhale, walk your hands forward to frame your foot. Send your toes back for high plank. We're going to open up to a side plank, so keep your left hand planted. And open completely up to the side. We're going to pulse our hips up. Yeah, feet can be stacked, feet can be staggered, or you can come down to that bottom knee right here. A couple of options. Really think about squeezing that left oblique when you lift. Just here for 4. Thread the needle, 3. Last 2. Final 1, right arm reaches down to your side and lift. Down and lift. Start right here using that breath for 4. For 3, high plank, 2. Good, last 1, high plank. Hips go high, downward facing dog. Pedal it out one last time. We'll switch out sides. On an inhale, send your left leg high, three-legged down dog, or whatever leg you did into last time. And exhale, step it all the way through low lunge. Crescent moon, drop your back knee, send your arms high. Option to take a little chest expansion, back bend. And exhale, half split, send your hips back in space. Big flex in your foot. Inhale, walk it forward, frame your foot, send your toes back, high plank. Open up to the other side, my right hand's down, left hand is going high. And when you get there, hips pulse up. Well, this doesn't have to be a super big movement. Really think about squeezing that oblique that's going down towards the mat as you lift. Lift. We're gonna do lots of obliques today, just for 4. For 3, we're gonna thread the needle 2. 1, your arm comes down, lift. Lower, lift. Yep, just here for an 8 count. Send out your exhale. For 4. For 3, we're gonna find a high plank in 2. Good, last one, high plank. We're gonna lower all the way down onto our bellies, slow and controlled. A little bit of back work right here. Option to take a light set of weights with you or no weights at all. We're just gonna start with some cobra lifts. So you're right here, just upper body lifting. If you wanna add in your legs, you can too. If you have weights, just hold them right below your shoulders. And tuck your chin so it's in line with the rest of your spine as you're lifting. Just for 4. 3. Pulse it up, 2. 1, here we go, find a pulse. Pulse. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. We're gonna have one more movement in 3, 2, 1. Arms are gonna reach forward and pull. Forward, pull. And go, pinning your elbows right down to your sides. For 4. For 3, we're gonna push it up in 2. Good, last one, push it on up. Maybe find a really quick child's pose, stretch out your back. We are gonna go into a couple sets of push-ups with some pulses and a little bit of plank work. When we're done with that, we'll stand on up and get moving a little bit more. So, knees or toes. We're gonna start with a wide arm push-up. We're gonna do 12, and then we're gonna do an 8 count of pulses. So let's go, whenever you are ready, lower, lift, lower, lift. Exhale as you lift. Almost there for 4. 3, we'll pulse it, 2. 1, pulse it low, it's quick. Belly's in tight. 3, 2, 1, push it up. Stretch it out. We're gonna find a quick little plank series here. We'll push on up. Right away, we'll kind of stretch it out to begin. So you're just gonna send your hips high for down dog and back down. Option to tap your opposite hand to ankle to add a little bit of intensity. Exhale when you come back to that center. Just for 4. For 3. Find high plank in 2. 1 last movement right here. We'll go back to push-ups, knee to elbow. Cross it right in front of your core. You have got it, just for 3, back to push-ups, 2. 1, lower down. Find your knees or stay up on your toes. This time we're gonna go chaturanga push-ups. So elbows, hands are gonna be right under your shoulders and elbows are gonna pin in right to your sides. This one we're gonna do 10 and then we'll do 8 pulses. And then you're done with push-ups. Here we go, second and final set. Drop it lower and lift. Lower, lift. Halfway there, give me 5. For 4, 3, 8 count pulses, 2. You've got it, 1, just pulse, pulse, 6, 4, 2, last one, push it up. We're gonna do one more set of back work before we stand up. So lower all the way down onto your bellies again. We're gonna repeat the same thing we did before. So maybe switch it up if you're bringing your legs with you this time. Or if you didn't last time, just do upper body. Here we go, just full range lift, lower, lift, lower. Option to bring your weights with you. Yep, just 4. Pulse in 3. You've got it, 2. 1, pulse it up, up. Squeeze those shoulder blades, tuck that chin for 4. 3, we got that last movement in 2. 1, now you're holding up, you reach forward and pull. Forward, pull. Really think about squeezing your shoulder blades together when your elbows go back. Big exhales for 4. 3, shake it out. 2, 1, lower down. Shake out your hips a little or take a quick child's pose. We will come up to stand next. I think since our arms are already warm, we're gonna do some Madonna arms. And just really burn them out right here. Get our arms out of the way. So option to take a full set of weights with you. Option to do no weights at all. Option to stay seated. So many options. Or we can come all the way up to stand. I like to add in a step touch as I do these or calf raise for a little bit, just to make your legs work a little bit too. Arms are gonna come out long. We're gonna pulse it forward. Keep your core nice and tight. Go pulse it back. If you feel this in your neck at all throughout these couple minutes, drop your arms just a little bit. You really want to target your shoulders, your arms, and your back, not your neck. So do what you gotta do. Go pulse it up. Nice, pulse it down. We go little circles forward. As I go through Madonna arms, I really like to think and focus about where I'm feeling it every time I change the movements. So just be intentional. Notice where you're feeling it. Take a breath before you lower your arms. Circles back. Here we go, hold it out long. Elbows are gonna pin into your sides like this and then push back out. Push, pull, push. If you're not using weights, really reach through your fingertips or maybe make a fist just to really keep your whole arm active. Just for 3, 2, 1. Arms go long, you're gonna lift it up, lower back, lift, lower. Find some resistance as you lower your arms down. Don't let the down be easy, make it kind of challenging for yourself. Just 3, for 2, for 1, goalpost your arms. You're gonna pulse it back. So this one you should really feel in your upper back. Or maybe like the backs of your shoulders. Nice, we're getting close. Getting there, just 3, 2, 1. Arms are back out, rotate our cuff, squeeze it down. Lift, lower, lift. Big exhales. Sometimes it helps me to add in legs, whether it's a step touch or a calf raise, just to take my mind off my arms. Ready, just 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, pinch it in, open, in, open. Think about getting your chest right here as you squeeze. Good, we're just gonna have like 2 more movements and then we're gonna finish with a hold. You got it, just 3, 2, 1. Keep your arms together, pulse it up, up. Yeah, this one I really feel the tops of my shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Keep your arms where they are. You're gonna straighten and curl back. Straighten, curl. Ooh, you've got it for 4. For 3, we're gonna find a hold in 2. 1, bring your arms back out long, drop your shoulders. This is your chance to burn it out, so really try and squeeze everything, your shoulders, your back, your biceps, your triceps. Lower your arms a little, take a big inhale. Big exhale, we got 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your arms down. Take a quick arm stretch. Arms are gonna get a little break. We're gonna go through, actually, let's do obliques next. And we'll start to get legs too. So no weight needed right now, but I am gonna have my heavy weight handy. I guess you could take it with you if you want. We're gonna find a really wide second. And we're gonna be doing some deep squats right here. So you can take a weight with you. If you don't have a weight, I'm gonna give you a little work to do with obliques in a different way. So we'll fill through a couple things. So let's just start with full range. You're gonna lower, lift, lower, lift. Core is in tight. Take that tuck out of your low back, shoulders stay right. Ooh, over your hips. Squeeze your glutes at the top. We're not gonna be in this full range super long, just starting to warm up. We go, just 4, 3, pulse it low and 2. 1, sink low and pulse. Nice, just for 4. For 3, 2, 1. You're gonna lift your right heel up, lower all the way down, all the way up. For 4. 3, we'll pulse it low. 2, 1, get up and hold down low, just pulse. These ones are a little quicker. For 4. For 3, switch legs. 2, 1, switch it out, opposite toe lifts. You lower, lift, lower, lift. Just for 4. For 3, you're gonna pulse it in 2. 1, get up and pulse down low, you're lower, lower. For 4. 3, we'll get our obliques in 2. 1, come on up, kind of shake it out. Or if you really want to, find a hold while I talk. So for me, I'm gonna use this weight. I'm gonna stay low in my legs, so they should already kind of be burning. And we're just gonna do one side of this. So you're lowering your weight down towards your heel and pulling back up. I am gonna walk through a couple options if you don't have a weight. So you can keep your hands behind your head and you can be right here. We're just gonna do one side at a time. For some added intensity, you can come up like this and then drop low. So those are your 3 options.
If you want to not do legs anymore, you can keep your legs straight as well. Maybe a little micro bend in your knees. So here we go. Drop it low, lift, take your option. This movement, I always have a tough time feeling. Like if I feel it in the moment, but it doesn't hurt. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, my obliques. So I hope you'll feel it tomorrow if you're not feeling it right now. Think about being intentional, moving slow, controlled. I like to keep my hand right here to just feel them working. For 4. For 3. We'll pulse it 2. Good, last one, pulse it low. Just a little lift right here. This is also where I'll really start to feel a pinch. Keep your whole core nice and engaged. Just for 4. For 3, we'll switch sides. 2. 1, stand all the way up. Switch your weight or just switch the way you are going down. Legs nice and low, or find a little micro bend in your knees. Here we go, just lower, lift, lower, lift. We're gonna do a little bit more legs in this second position. When we finish out obliques right here, if you really wanna burn them out, try and sink just a little bit lower. Just 4. 3. We'll pulse in 2. Last one, pulse it low. Pulse. Feel that little pinch, feel that engagement. Just 4. 3. 2. 1. We're going to finish with some pulsing in our legs. So find that wide second and just pulse low. This is going to be super quick, I promise. Literally just pulsing. Option to come up on your toes right here. Just to burn out your legs. Just for 4. For 3. 8 count hold. 2. 1, just hold. Sink a little bit lower. Shoulders are back. For 4. 3, shake it out 2. 1, come all the way up, shake out your legs. We're gonna go into 1 more, maybe 2 more. 8:22. Another standing series for your legs. We'll just make it one really long one. I've been liking to come down to the mat and do a full 4 minutes of core. So I come down to the mat just a little on the early side, I would say. But then you get your full core in. So you're gonna find a chair pose. Option to take weights with you if you'd like. Just find a pulse. Pulse. Think about sinking your weight down through your heels. Core is in to take that tug out of your low back. Nice, just for 4. For 3, we're gonna do toe taps in 2. Last one, you're sinking really low, tap right, left, right, left. Option, yep, to get your arms moving a little bit right here. Second option, this is barre, but if you want a little cardio, you can jack it in and out. Just for 4. For 3. 2. Right foot stays long in 1. You lift, lower, lift, lower. So big point in your foot that's moving. And think about sinking really low in your standing leg. Nice, good adjustment. Send out your exhales. Doesn't have to be a super big movement. You should feel it with just moving an inch or 2. For 4. 3. Back to toe taps. 2. 1, bring it in, tap left, right. Or or jacket out. Nice for 4, 3, left foot long, 2, 1, opposite foot out long, sink really low, lift and lower, lift, lower. Big point in your foot, little controlled movement. Yeah, you can find a balance, or I sometimes like to use like a ledge or a chair if you do need some balance right here. Maybe challenge your balance. Keep it going for 4. 2, back to toe taps in 1. Tap it out. We're gonna do a really quick lunge series to follow after these toe taps. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your chair pose. We're gonna step our right leg back. We're gonna find a full range lunge. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Yeah, just for 4, 3, we'll pulse it low, 2, 1, pulse, pulse. Knee is stacked right above your ankle. Try and get that back knee as close to your mat as you can. We'll switch legs in 4, 3, back to chair 2, 1. Find that chair pose, swap out your legs, opposite foot back behind you. Knee is right above your ankle. Find full range to start. Not here long. Continue to breathe. Just for 4, 3, pulse it low, 2, 1, pulse it low, low. Try and get that back knee as low to your mat as you can. You've got it. 4, 3, back to chair pose, 2, 1, step in, find chair. We're gonna do a little bit more Madonna arms or light set of weight arms. We're just gonna get backs of our arms and a little bit more back before we come down to the mat. So sink low in this chair, keep your legs working, and just find a row right here. Narrow row, pull, pull. While squeezing your shoulder blades together at the back. And again, rather than using momentum to bring your weights down, try and fight it just a little bit, make your arms work. Just for 4, 3, pulse it up, 2, 1, pulse it back. Not a super big movement. For 4, 3, we'll get our triceps, 2, 1, keep your weights back to your sides. You're just gonna extend your arms back and bring it back to your hips. Extend, stop at your hips. Yeah, no weights needed, make those fists. If you wanna make this more of a Madonna arm kind of movement, just for 4, 3, pulse your arms, 2, 1, pulse it up, up. You've got it. 4, 3, fists or weights will pulse in and 2, 1, so you're right here, pulse it in, in. Burn it out for 4, 3, 2, 1. One last movement right here, weights or no weights, we're gonna do a fly. So you open and lower, stay in that chair pose. This is your last movement before you're coming down to your mat. Last little bit of back work. Shoulder blades squeeze together, slow and controlled as you lower your arms. for 4, 3, give me a 4 count pulse in 2, 1, this is it, just pulse, pulse, 3, 2, 1, release. Nice. Cool, cool. We're gonna come all the way down to our mat. We're gonna do some Pilates legs, and then we have like 10 minutes, and then we'll finish with our 4 or 5 minutes of core. I'm gonna time it on my phone to make sure we get it all in. So these legs won't be super long, just a couple minutes each leg. I'm gonna come down. Oh, the sun's right there. I'm gonna come down on my right side. You come all the way down. Legs can be straight. I like to have my back leg bent a little bit. Big flex in your top foot. We're just gonna find a full range lift and lower. Lift, lower. Doesn't need to come up super high. You can also add a weight right here if you'd like. Can you all hear me? I hope so. Okay, great. We're gonna keep going. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. We're gonna reach our arm forward, pull it in, and pull. Pull, push. Here we go for 4. For 3, 2, pulse it in and 1, you pulse, pulse. Try and squeeze that oblique as you pulse for 4, 3, leg goes long in 2, 1, reach it long. We're gonna draw those U's forward and back, forward, back. Continue to breathe for 4, for 3, just 2. Last one, find a halfway point again. This time we're pointing our foot and pulsing. Yep, this is it before we switch sides. Burn it out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your leg down, shake it out, and we will switch sides. Big flex in your foot to start. Full range lift and lower. Lift, lower. Think about driving your heel up to the ceiling and your toes down to the floor. That'll really target your glute. Good, just for 4. For 3, find a halfway point in 2. And 1 halfway point pulse. Pulse. Still flexing your foot. Just for 4. For 3, arm extends in 2. And 1, point your foot, knee to elbow, reach. Pull, reach. Yep, think about using that oblique when you pull. So good for 4. 3, we'll pulse it in. 2, 1, reach and pull, pulse, pulse. Core's in tight for 4. 3, just 2. 1, leg goes long, rainbows or that U up and over. Slow and controlled. Nice little burn right here. You've got it up and over for 4. 3. Last pulsing. 2. 1. Find the pulse. Pulse. Little tiny movement. Burn it out for 4. 3. Just 2. 1. Lower your leg down. Shake it out. Grab my phone. See my timer going. I think we're gonna do. Let's do like 4.5 minutes of core today. All right, so we're gonna start with a basic crunch. If you wanna get into that right now, just to lift and lower, I'm starting it at 5. So we'll kind of have a little bit of leeway time in there. Just a basic crunch, lift and lower, lift, lower. Elbows are nice and wide, send your gaze straight up to the ceiling. About every 30 seconds, I'm gonna switch up the movement that we're doing. So we'll go really quick. Hopefully it won't feel like 5 minutes of core. And then you will be on with your Friday. Just here 4. 3, 2, 1. I want you to extend your arms towards your hands towards your knees. Just a pulse, pulse, pulse. If this hurts your neck, you can bring your hands behind your head and pulse. Just really try and get that mid back off the mat. Exhale as you lift. For 4. 3. Just 2. 1. Lower all the way down. Bring your knees up to 90. Lower your toes down and lift. Lower and lift. Think about pushing your low back into the mat right here. You should be able to slide your fingers through. You really should feel it in your low core. Just for 4. For 3. Cherry pickers 2. 1, legs are up. Reaching opposite hand to foot. Work to get that shoulder blade up off the mat. Really lose the momentum right here as you're reaching. Slow and controlled as you lower. Just for 4. For 3. 2. 1, drop your knees. We're gonna find a little rock and roll up to a seat. Option to grab a weight right here. We're gonna be in a Russian twist. So you can float your legs up or you can keep your heels planted. Just a twist. Twist. So if you have a weight, wanna add a little bit of intensity or just lower yourself down a little bit, that'll also add intensity. You're over halfway there for 4. 3. Just 2. 1, stay right where you are. Plant your hands behind your hips. We're gonna lower, pull, lower, lift. So good. Just for 4. 3. 2. 1, sit all the way up. We're gonna find 4 full sit-ups. So lower all the way down, nice and slow. All the way up, nice and slow. There's 1. Here's 2. Last one more, all the way down, all the way up. Nice, lower all the way down, and find a reach towards your heel. Yep, getting those obliques one more time. Push that low back into the mat. Final stretch right here, you have 40 seconds. We are gonna finish out with 30 seconds of mountain climbers, bicycle twists in 4, 3, just 2. Last movement in 1. You can be right here, knees bent, or you can straighten your legs for some added intensity. You pick your speed, pick your cadence, whether that's really fast, really slow. You have 20 seconds. And then we are finding a long body stretch. You've got it. Here we go for 4. For 3. Long body stretch in 2. Good, last one, long body stretch. Nice, guys. Full 5 minutes of core. We have a couple minutes left for stretching. And I will get you out of here right at the 45 mark, but if you need to buzz out early, that's okay too. We'll stay right where we are for stretching. Stay on your back. We'll find a supine figure 4 to start. So walk your heels in, cross your right ankle over your knee. Option to pull your thigh into your chest. Find a little rock side to side. Stretch out that glute. When you're ready, switch it out. Right leg down, left leg up and over. And give a little push. An option to pull your thigh in. Massage out your low back. On an exhale, we'll release. We'll find a quick happy baby. Grabbing the inner arches of your feet or your inner thighs. Opening up your hips. I always like to straighten out one leg and the other leg right here. A couple last bit of leg stretches. And our last stretch will be supine spinal twist. So send your left leg long, pull your right knee into your chest, take a really big inhale. And on the exhale, guide your right leg over your left, release that low back. Maybe send your gaze over to the right to give yourself a little stretch for your neck. And start to really slow down your heart rate, take some big inhales. Some deep exhales. Inhale, guide your leg back to center, send it long, pull your left knee into your chest. And on an exhale, guide your left leg over your right side. Option to reach your left arm long. Couple of big inhales. Big exhales. If you have any other stretches you'd like to take, feel free. Otherwise, just guide yourself right into Shavasana from here. Whatever that shape might look like today for you. Maybe it's your legs out long. Maybe you guide your feet in. Give yourself a hip stretch to finish out class. And let your arms be heavy. Allow your eyes to close. We have about 45 seconds left of class. So this is where I'm going to leave you. And feel free to stay as long as you would like. Thank you for coming to class on this Friday morning and moving with me, breathing with me. I'll bow forward to seal right here. Namaste.